Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues with injustice. And yet again, America, you are coming under judgment. We are trying to tell you America has a problem with greed. So we're trying to tell you, America, you want to be rich? What we're telling you is we're trying to make you richer than you ever would have been. If you apply these principles to your life, because God is real. God is real. If you was in a getting rich business and you apply these principles that we're teaching you, you'll become richer still. Yet again, he who lends to the Lord, he who lends to the poor, lends to the Lord, and he will reward him for what he has done. A bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of the one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers. We're saying God can be bribed. Jesus can be bribed. Mr. Rich Man, God and Jesus are alive and well, and they affect every aspect of your life. Whoever mocks the poor insults his maker. Whoever oppresses the poor oppresses his maker. Whatever you do to the poor, you do to the Lord. Whatever you do to the poor, you do to the Lord. So we say that to say, a bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of the one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Rich people, if you bribe the poor, you bet your ass to the sun, moon, and stars. You will see God work in your life. Rich people, if you spend your life making the poor rich, you can bet your ass to the sun, moon, and stars. God is going to spend his life making you rich. Rich people, God is, as far as the heavens are high, so are God's thoughts over your thoughts. As far as the heavens are high, so are God's ways over your ways. Illuminati, if you spend your life making the poor people rich, God will spend his life making you rich. If you spend your life making poor people rich, God will spend his life making you rich. He who lends to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for what he has done. Whoever gives thought to the word will discover good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Nick learned his knowledge. Whoever gives thought to the word will discover good, and blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. Yet again, the wise of heart is called discerning, and sweetness of speech increases persuasiveness. That's why in the Bible you read him, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. He calling him my Lord, my Lord. It is an abomination to kings to do evil, for the throne is established by righteousness. Alumni, you better abduct this phrase. It is an abomination to kings to do evil, for the throne is established by righteousness. Whoever lends to the Lord lends to the poor. Whoever lends to the poor lends to the Lord, and the Lord will repay him for what he has done. The crucible is for silver, and the furnace is for gold, and the Lord tests hearts. Yet again, he who gives thought to the word will discover good, and blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. The crucible is for silver, and the furnace is for gold, and the Lord tests hearts. If you ever find somewhere where it sounds like God is saying something simple, or God is saying something you can't understand, does that mean that God is foolish, or does that mean whoever gives thought to the word will discover good? And blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. If you ever catch God slipping, you did not catch God slipping, he laid a trap.